Hi, this is Eric Kampmann, and this is Sunrise. Yesterday I mentioned that I actually hiked through the 100-mile wilderness twice. The second time was a through hike, which was a great experience. The weather was wonderful. Everything was as good as it possibly can get in Maine in the summertime. But the first time was, that trip with Warren Doyle, and then multiple days of light and heavy rain. One such day was where we were approaching a shelter called Wadley Shelter. We had been hiking for a while, and then the heavens opened up and rain started coming down. And it had been raining for several days, so the streams were actually close to flood range. And there were one example where we had to cross a very dangerous stream, just the two of us, and it was quite hard to do. It took a long time, and it took so long it became dark. And then from that point on, it was just like somebody was dropping buckets from heaven. We were just soaked. It was about 7 o'clock at night. It was pretty dark, if not totally dark. And we got to the shelter. Now, the problem with these shelters is they usually hold 6 people. Fortunately for us, there were 4 people in it. Now, let me just tell you, when the conditions are like this, you do not care if they're 4 or 40. You're going to find space in there because you are so miserable. You are wet throughout. You don't have a dry stitch of clothes on. And that's the way we felt. We were wet rats kind of coming in there. I'm sure the people in the shelter were really not happy to see us. But they did make room. We got in there, switched out of our soaking wet gear, got into a sleeping bag. And let me tell you, once you get into warm clothes and a sleeping bag, it is the most wonderful feeling in the world. And so we spent the night there before trudging on to the next night. But sometimes the weather conspires to make it not ideal, as often happens on the Appalachian Trail. This is Eric Kampmann, and this is Sunrise.